Okay, I'm gonna be the first one to admit that there isn't really a point to this video. I just wanted to talk about people getting mad. I wanted to talk about Red Wings fans getting mad, I wanted to talk about NHL fans getting mad, I wanted to talk about players on the ice getting mad. Because when it comes to yesterday's Patrik Laine news, wherein we saw Patty Laine get taken out of the game against the Maple Leafs via a knee-on-knee hit from Maple Leafs, I was going to say prospect, but not really prospect, AHLer Cedric Pare, we had ourselves a really interesting response to that situation from some Detroit Red Wings fans. Now, the reason I have this name up on the screen right now, AJ Spellacy, is because of a different knee-on-knee hit that happened a few days ago. You see, everybody's talking about Patrik Laine and the knee-on-knee from yesterday, but I wanted to turn your attention to a knee-on-knee hit between the Red Wings and the Blackhawks from earlier this week. It's around the bottom of your screen here. AJ Spellacy ended up delivering a pretty nasty knee-on-knee on Lucas Raymond at the bottom of your screen. Now, the thing is, Raymond is not as badly hurt as Patrik Laine is. Laine left the game, and we are waiting on the MRIs and everything to reveal whether or not he'll be out for an extended amount of time. Lucas Raymond, however, finished this game, and quite frankly, he's still healthy, for all we know. In this video clip, though, you could see from the title, you had yourselves Dylan Larkin, the Red Wings captain, blowing up at AJ Spellacy after this hit on Raymond. You can see Larkin in the middle of your screen. He is on top of the cheek of the Chicago Blackhawks logo at center ice. He notices Spellacy, and then he goes charging into him with a brutal hit to the head. Now, to Larkin's credit, Spellacy is kind of leaning forward as he's trying to play the puck up, and as a result, the hit catches him in a really bad spot, and then a scrum ensues. You kind of know the drill here. The reason I wanted to bring up this situation is because a lot of the response to Dylan Larkin from this video clip from hockey fans is kind of angry. Now, of course, Dylan Larkin himself is angry at Spellacy for going knee on Lucas Raymond. Spellacy, though, as we had looked at, I mean, he's 18 years old, recently drafted in the 3rd round by the Blackhawks. He's a 2024 draftee who had 67 games with the Windsor Spitfires and only 38 points last year. This is not really like the top-of-the-line, next best prospect. He is a guy that was drafted, and of course, that's great, but Dylan Larkin going after this dude is kind of punching a bit below his pay grade. And a lot of the replies in the comments section of the Our Hockey thread go out there and say, if by blows up you mean headhunted, then yeah, that's exactly what Dylan Larkin did. Ask Red Wings fans supporting this hit about their thoughts on Jamie Benn. He should get a suspension for that. The dude clearly trips right before he's hit. It's not Larkin's fault or intention. Crazy to see from a veteran like Dylan Larkin going after an 18-year-old during the preseason. A veteran with a history of head injuries, so he should know better than to headhunt like he did. Not saying he should have done what he did, but that kid went for a nasty hit on Raymond. He had to know something was coming. He barely touched him, and Raymond jumped, sidestepped most of it. It was knee-to-knee contact, though. Find a game where someone knees another player, gets no penalty, and no retribution from the other team. I'll wait. That is an absolutely insane reaction. Another comment goes out there and says it's terrible. Even if you consider the fact that Larkin has been on the receiving end of more than his fair share of these kinds of shots, it's mind-boggling why he would do this now, in the preseason, knowing what he knows and what he's been through. Terrible and disappointing. So even some Red Wings fans are going out there and talking about how this was not a good response from Larkin. However, the reason I wanted to bring this up and get into the conversation about anger, fans of the NHL getting angry at Larkin, Larkin himself getting upset at Spellacy for the hit, was because earlier this morning on the Detroit Red Wings subreddit thread, there was a conversation talking about the Patrik Laine situation and Arber Xhekaj, because Cedric Pare kneed Patrik Laine in a much more dangerous fashion earlier yesterday, and you had Arber Xhekaj just a few minutes later going out there and wailing on Pare. in this game. There isn't a replay in this clip, but it was brutal. The guy was punching Pare in the back of his head and everything, and the difference here is that this situation of Arber Xhekaj wasn't met with a lot of the same criticism that you're seeing out of our hockey fans on this Dylan Larkin thing. It's been a while since I've seen a player as absolutely incensed as Xhekaj was there. I can't blame him. Some AHL plug just ruined one of their star players' knees and didn't even get a penalty. Even if he's suspended, it doesn't matter, so may as well get a pound of flesh somehow. Their brand new star that everyone on the team is cheering for and invested in making a dramatic comeback. They absolutely love that guy. That is a career-defining moment. Such a shame. Now, I can totally understand the magnitude as to why the Arber Xhekaj thing is met with a lot more positive reception, but there are some nuances, and I wanted to go over some of the responses to these as well. Can't say I've seen a 7-minute power play before. I'm not someone who loves fighting in hockey, but Pare absolutely has to drop the gloves here. Skating away and trying to weasel out of that fight is the most pathetic crap you can do in that situation. The reason I'm bringing this up, though, is because of the R Red Wings thread from earlier this morning. That hit on Laine is exactly why Larkin did what he did. What's this about? I missed it. Laine went knee on knee, and then you had Dylan Larkin going out there and doing the thing. Take a look at this at the bottom here. It's insane to me how our hockey makes Larkin a villain for responding to a career AHLer trying to take out Raymond with a knee on knee. Career AHLer, I mean the guy's a OHLer, so literally not an AHL player. And then they're glazing Xhekaj for pulling a Bertuzzi for an accidental knee on knee. And this is kind of where I get into some of the nuance, because I get it, Red Wings fans are going to defend their guy. People are going to try to bring up the similarities here, but I do think that the Larkin situation was a little bit worse than Arber Xhekaj. Now, sure, you can say that in terms of the actual hits themselves, you can say that the Spellacy hit on Raymond was not nearly as bad as the Pare hit on Laine. I'll agree with that. The Laine hit was a lot worse. But I will also say that Dylan Larkin kind of striding and skating into the Red Wing zone only to go out there and plummet the guy. That, I think, is a little bit worse with the motion that Larkin was bringing into that hit compared to Arber Xhekaj going out there and taking down Pare and then just wailing on him with a whole bunch of punches. I get that they are very similar, but in my opinion, I kind of wanted to go out there and differentiate it in this way. Some Red Wings fans are saying, hey, it's like the like the Todd Bertuzzi thing from all those years ago. Steve Moore injuring Marcus Naslund, and then Bertuzzi going out there and policing the guy himself, knocking him out on the ice, and then ending his career. This is not that, I think. I think Arber Xhekaj, the way that he's holding on to Cedric Pare, it kind of puts Pare in a much less vulnerable spot than Moore was in back when Todd Bertuzzi did his thing, because, we can understand the differences there. Todd Bertuzzi went out there and smacked Moore, he fell to the ice, and then the impact on the ground is what ended up diminishing his NHL career. Xhekaj, at the very least, it does seem like he was holding Pare up a little bit, and I get it, you could debate whether or not it's really worth having a conversation like this, but at the end of the day, I wanted to go out there and address some of the responses to this situation here. Arber Xhekaj, Dylan Larkin, whether or not they did similar things, and whether or not it's justifiable to be angry at one or the other. All in all, I think Arber Xhekaj gets a little bit more of a pass here, since it seemed to have been done a little bit more safely. Maybe that's the wrong way to say it. I mean, if you watch the clip, you can see that Xhekaj's he's shoving the guy around a little bit, but Pare is refusing to drop the gloves. Dylan Larkin, on the other hand, just went out there and ran into the guy. So, different situations in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm not going to go out there and say that I'm right. That's definitely not the case here. I'm just a guy on YouTube making a video talking about what I'm thinking. You're free to go out there and respond in the comments what you're thinking. Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.